The Galilee garage there. Tap into my channel, that's where you wanna be. 87 Monte Carlo West has name girls. I bet when I punch the gas, all you see is white smoke. And you know we do it big Texas, so we going 100 spokes like we on West Coast. Mexican lead garage therapy, come get with me, come get with me.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mexican Lee back with another video. Hey man, do me a favor, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That way, every time I drop these fire ass videos, you get notified about them, man. That way you can check them out. And I do, like I say, man, I apologize because I talk a lot. But watch the video in its entirety. That way you don't miss something, man. It might be a keyword in there, or something that has to do with one of these, builds or your build, information you might need. You might scroll through, you might skip that info, man. Trust me, I've done it. But got something a little bit new going on in the shop today. Like I said, I go back to work next week, so I ain't been out here too tough. But an hour and a half, and that's about it. I go in the house, and like I say, most of the time I'm sitting down watching TV. But yesterday I did get a little bit done. I went ahead and pulled out the factory center console and ghost and did some measurements, put a bunch of construction paper together, because I originally was trying to find some chipboard in real big pieces, like 4-foot pieces, 4 foot long, or even a 4x8 sheet. I couldn't find them nowhere, man. I don't know where these guys are getting them big ass pieces of chipboard, but I couldn't find any anywhere. So I went to Michael's, bought some construction paper. I bought some chipboard, but it was only like 12 by 11 size sheets, small. So we did a lot of piecing together, and I mocked up a center console that I kind of like the shape of it. It's not going to be all fancy, full of lights and full of mirrors and all that stuff. I mean, I love that. If I had the money, I would seriously have somebody build me one like that, maybe later. But I just can't do it at this moment. But I do want to change it because, like I told y'all before, man, I gotta have me my cup holder in my car, man. I hate having to put a cold beer between my legs and freeze my nuts off. But on the hot days, I don't mind. But when I'm out here chilling or I got the AC blowing, that's all I need. I don't need any more extra help. But all right, let's switch this camera around real quick and show you what we got. Okay, so I'm moving a little slow. Give me a chance. I got that therapy yesterday, man. Woo. That lady worked my leg out, boy. I got pretty sore. So what I did was I made some makeshift, what I call brackets, spacers, where this is where I'm gonna still mount the new well, this is the plan anyways. I want to mount the new center console in the factory spots rather than just laying it in here or drilling holes through my floor. I want to be able to mount it in the same place where the factory one goes. I'm not changing the shifter. I'm gonna keep the factory shifter, factory cable. My EQ, can't really see that well. The EQ is gonna go, let's see if I can get it a little bit better light, a little bit better angle. I had it screwed up here with a bracket just to hold it, here for now. But we're gonna end up, the new center console is gonna have a face that comes down this way a little at an angle, and then come out and then up. I believe that's the idea for now, but we'll see. That may change. But I want the EQ to kind of be like this, held in there like that, somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make like a little pocket area for change or to drop my phone in or anything like that. I would love to do like a wireless charger I'd love to put that in the spot. I had thought about doing one cup holder here and one here. And then, you know, of course, I got to have my areas for my buttons, because later on, I do want the real estate in that center console to be able to add different holes, different switches later, because I'm not sure. I'm not going to be done with Ghost yet. So this ain't going to be the final. As far as the shape of it is going to be the final draw, but I want to be able to have some different real estate in here to be able to add different buttons, different functions for different things. So as of right now, you know, I do have the 2 buttons that control my fans that are in the trunk. So those will go in here somewhere. The glove box, the factory glove box that was right here, it was super long. I shortened it up almost halfway. And then I did add a little section to go back here. It may be just be enough room for 1 cup holder, or because of the width in between the seats, I didn't have enough to put them side by side. What I may do is cut that off and then somehow adapt it to where it'll be like a 2-piece, and then make this backside a little bit wider to where I can still have 2 cup holders. That's an idea. I just thought about that. So maybe we'll do that. But this is what I came up with for now. So this here where my hand is at is going to be the front. This is going to be the part that goes under the dash. This is the piece that'll hold my EQ in. And then here, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it come all the way across or make it drop in and have like a little pocket area to put stuff in there, like the phone or whatever while I'm driving. And then, of course, the hole for the shifter. I didn't want it super big, but it is long enough for it to go all the way from park all the way to number 1. I did check that. Then my 2 cup holders, they're going to go right here. And then this will be the glove box. So it does slightly come, you know, have an angle right here and then come up. And then this will be the top. And then I'll make a door for it. I got some hinges and latches. I think I'm gonna order some magnets. I don't know what they're called, neo magnets or something like that. Because, and this is the back section that I may cut off, or still may leave like all this open like this. I may leave that like that, or I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Maybe cut it off and then make another piece come out this far, a little bit wider. That way I could drop both cup holders in, you know, have one on each side like that, rather than just having one. I don't have a lot of people in my back seat anyways, but the kids might want to go, you know, to a car show with me, or I don't know. But I just like to have the shit there, because I don't, for one, let people eat in my car, but to have a drink, just as long as you don't spill your shit, okay, I don't mind you having that shit in there. But I didn't want to have a separate console and then have it move around in the back seat. Because like I said, I'm not drilling holes and shit through my floor. Now, if I had a riv nut tool, then I may do that. That might be something, you know, to think about in the future. But for the most part, this is what it's going to look like. I already had this in the car and it fit perfectly fine. I may have to make some adjustments here and there, but what I always do is I cut a little bit bigger, because I can always take away from it. You can't add to it, but you can take away from it. So I may, here for the dash where it goes underneath the dash, I may cut that a little bit taller. I may add like 1/4 of an inch to it. But everything else is going to be where it's going to be at. I'm just going to have to work on this section back here for a minute and figure that out. But from this part to here, this almost butts up perfectly to the back seat. I just got to make sure the height is going to be there. I originally did want to make all of this out of 1/2 inch MDF, just so it can be a little bit lighter. But at the moment, I don't have the cash to go buy a whole nother piece. I haven't even checked to see the price. I know prices are outrageous on stuff like this now. I haven't even priced it, but I don't even want to look at the price. I'm pretty sure the shit's sky high. But I do have a piece of 1/2 inch, and then I got a piece of 3/4 inch. So that I've been just kind of using as tables and stuff like that to paint parts on. Been drilling into this one here, kind of holding pieces in place. That one was used a lot for my, when I was painting all the interior pieces. I was screwing shit into that wood to hold it up or hold it in place so I could paint it. If two sides had to get painted or whatever, that's what I used. So that, depending on what section of it I use, I may have to do a little bit of grinding on it, a little bit of, Bondo work, smooth it out. But once the material gets put on this thing, I'm sure you won't see it. If I have to have, the upholsterer put padding on it, I will. But for the most part, I think I did a decent job of what I want. Now the thing is having to make it come together, make the shit work. And my main thing, that the starting point that's gonna, bring all this together, is making both sides. They're not gonna be 100% matched up. I do have a table saw over there that my dad gave me a couple years ago. I haven't broke it out yet, but even with that, I'd only be able to make one big long cut. These are gonna be, a few different cuts. So I bring out my circular saw and I bring out the jigsaw. I do have like a little thingy over here that can kind of be put in place to make straight lines, to help me make straight lines, but we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do the best job that I can to make things kind of decently perfect, and once it's all built and put together, then we'll go from there and kind of see how I'm actually, how it's gonna look and how it's gonna work. I would love to figure out how to make this piece a removable piece without having screws in it that you can see from the outside, because if there's something that goes wrong inside this latch, I'd hate to have to pull this all out, which wouldn't be hard, but I do have to make access to the original factory mounting point. So I'm gonna have one in here. I believe is it before or after? It's right before the shifter. So right here, that's where the factory mount point is for the factory column. And then there's another one like back here somewhere. So this, of course, it'll have a lid, right? So I don't know if it's gonna open this way or if I'm gonna have it open back. That I'm gonna work on. I'd love to hide the hinges, so we may open it this way, like that. But I'm gonna need to make this piece down here removable, or have it to where it's the bottom piece that's gonna have the two bolts in it to hold this down to the floor. So it'll have two mounting points, right? But we'll see how things go. I don't want to put no buttons or no electrical things around the cup holders, just in case, spills happen. Things do happen. So I'm thinking with the EQ being right here, maybe the pocket being right here, I'm thinking I'll have this real estate here that I could put some buttons, and then here. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do whatever's going to be on the left side, and then whatever's going to be on the right side, might make this right side. Or for my fans, I might have my two fans. I'd love to figure out a way to, I wish I had some type of way of knowing how to hook up like LEDs inside my car that would show if my fans were to have stopped working while I'm driving, let's say on the highway going to work, and a fan shuts off or a fuse blows. I'd love to have some type of signal inside the car letting me know that, like a check engine light, but like a LED or something to say, hey man, hold up, one of your fans went out, whether it was the left or right, we need to check that. So I'm gonna do some research and try to figure that shit out. But for the most part, man, that's about it. I just wanted to make this video real quick, real fast, just to kind of give you an update on what I got going, and what I can do. But like I said, I'm gonna look on maybe Amazon, try to figure out the deal with the Neo magnet situation, and then we'll go ahead and get these two pieces cut out, the sides at least. That way we can kind of start putting this puzzle together. And then, like I said, for the back, I don't have enough room for two to go side to side. So what I may do is cut this off here, maybe make this side of course, this size, but bring it out a little bit and then screw it or magnetize it to this piece. And then that way it doesn't move around and stuff, but have it a little bit wider. I think it's going to be a half an inch wider on each side in order to be able to fit 2 cup holders side by side. I think that's what I came up with on my little drawing I made here. And I got a D- in math, man, so I'm pretty dumb. But when it comes to shit like this, I can kind of figure shit out decently, as long as I draw it on paper and I know how to read a measuring tape, I know how to read a ruler. It might take me a minute, but I'll get it, trust me. I can't build your house, but shit, I'll damn try. You'll have a roof over your head, but it may not be super solid and done right, but it ain't gonna go nowhere. I trust and believe in that. The shit ain't gonna get blown down. Well, maybe in hurricane winds it will. But not by the big bad wolf. But anyways, let me go ahead and transfer this over, and then I'm gonna use the same one to cut both pieces out, and then we're gonna go from there. But again, y'all, this is just a quick update on what we're doing over here in the shop. I was gonna start by going ahead and taking this nose off and start getting the bodywork prepped and going, but I said, man, you know what? I do want a center console super bad. I don't have the money right now to pay somebody for one. I said the best opportunity before I hurry up and start ripping all this interior out, right now would be the best time to go ahead and figure that out. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing done. That way I could get it in there, fit it, make sure it's gonna work, make sure it's gonna brace down where I want it, make sure everything is gonna be functional, easy to go in and out. And then that way, once all this stuff comes out, the roof, all the seats, all the interior panels, the trunk, amps, when all that comes out, I could take that dash out, drop it off along with this to my upholster and get both done at the same time. And I don't care how long he's going to take, because bodywork's going to take a minute. So as long as he don't tell me it's to come back, next week, then we're going to be all good, because I ain't trying to hear that this time. Because I know I was on his ass. You tell me when to come through. I'm not going to hold you up on your money. You tell me to come through next Friday. Trust and believe I'll be there next Friday with the money. But you ain't even touched it and I come over because you told me to be there. Yeah, I might be a little upset. I might be a little pushy. I ain't going to go off on you because I need you. And I ain't that type of dude. But just don't tell me that shit, man, please. Just don't tell me. I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I just can't deal with that kind of shit, like I used to. I ain't got patience for that shit no more. But anyways, y'all, that's it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. All right? Lucky 2 times. You'll be out here soon. Trust me. Mexican Ladies Therapy Garage. We're out.
Mexican Lee's Therapy, wrenching in the garage. Wet paint dripping smooth, call it a mirage. Gold teeth popping, boots scratch the pavement. Hood legend status, I'm Texas entertainment. Low for life, rolling deep on chrome spokes. Swinging wide in Texas, watch all the hits provoke. AC blowing clean, sunroof doing its thing. Saginaw born king with that southern swing. Props to the engine humming strong under the hood. Fresh like tortilla, smell of grease in the wood. Interior